Hi, I'm bookishclara and today we are going to talk about 주요섭's 사랑 손님과 어머니. Before we begin, I have to say this story is pretty long for a short story, so I will split it into a two-part series, so watch out for the next one. This is one of my fave books in Korean short stories, and the reason is one of the key defining features of the book. The narrator is a 6-year-old girl that gives the whole book a cutesy feel that I am a total sucker for. I mean, like 99% of Korean short stories are from the viewpoints of men who are down on their luck. The whole style of the book has an old-fashioned but definitely party tone. This book's subject is basically love versus social expectations. Look out for it as the story progresses. I haven't really been telling you guys the specific messages of the Korean short stories I've been introducing, and I should totally do. Because I found that Korean short stories usually have this thing that they want to tell you. I mean, most books have them. For example, 운수 좋은 날 was about how awful the life of poverty-stricken people were during the Japanese occupation over Korea. So our narrator's name is Oki. Oki is a 6-year-old girl who lives with her mom and her uncle, her mother's brother. Her father died before she was born, but as lots of little kids do, she is certain that her mom is the prettiest woman on earth and her father is the best dad alive, except his dad. Anyway, the story starts when a strange man moves into the sarang. What's a sarang? A sarang is, to put it simply, a man cave. It's where guests are received and the man of the house goes read and does art or whatever. So if Oki's father was alive, it'd be where he would hang out most of the time. When Oki came home from kindergarten one day to see a stranger talking with her uncle, her other uncle, the older one, she is shy at first but is taken with him. It turns out that the stranger was a friend of her dad's and he's there to teach. He had to share the sarang with her uncle by dividing the room with a partition. There aren't clean lodgings around for the guests and Oki's mother will earn little extra money win-win around. Oki, like I said before, is taken with a stranger. I call him Mr. S from now on and visits him often. He has a lot of picture books and sometimes gives her snacks. One day she comes when he's having lunch. He asks her what dish she likes best. She says boiled eggs and he gives her one. She asks him back what dish he likes best and he also says boiled eggs. Oki gets really excited and says she's going to tell her mother. Mr. S says not to, probably not wanting to be any trouble, but Oki is stubborn if nothing else and tells her mother. Though her mother only tells her to be quiet, from now on she starts purchasing more eggs. That's very good for Oki since it's her favorite dish and all. Oki once heard her uncle and her mother arguing about how her uncle should carry the meals to Mr. S. Her uncle asked her mother that woman and man don't have to avoid each other in this day and age. She only flushes. And side note, this shows the social norms of 1930s Korea. It wasn't considered proper for men and women to get close. One day, Oki saw a reed organ in school and realized that there is one exactly like that at home. She asked her mom about it and she told her that it is indeed a reed organ. When Oki asked her mother to play it, she only looked sad and told her it was a present from Oki's father and she hasn't opened its lid since he died. Anyhow, Oki still visits Mr. S often and he keeps asking her annoying questions about her mom. Meanwhile, her mother is even stranger, always dressing Oki up whenever she goes to Mr. S. Do you see where this is going? Side note, like I have implied, Oki is kind of like a messenger between Mr. S and her mother, and it's a really cautious courtship. So this is the end of part 1, and yes, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. I think we can see the romance, I mean the plot thickening. Thanks for watching and I wish you a bookish afternoon.